Welcome back to the channel, peeps. We are here with the Satin Black F-150. Hopefully you can see that. So we have the truck in for one reason and one reason only, and that is the F-150 is getting some new fenders. Now, in a previous video, we saw that we did the bed of the truck already, which came out pretty dang good. And then we also have the tailgate completed too, leaving us with the cab, the doors, the roof, and the fenders. And today we are knocking out those fenders, guys. It's gonna happen. May not be in one day, probably be in 2 days, but it's gonna happen, guys. That is for sure. First things first, we gotta remove that F-150 badge because that's just gonna be in the way when wrapping. Then we gotta go ahead and remove this bumper piece right here. Now it's held in by these two tiny bolts in there, and then you'll be able to pop it out of place. And lastly, that plastic bit right in there, which looks to be two tiny bolts as well. And that's it. So ideally with vinyl wrapping, it's a good idea to remove the headlight, but I'm not gonna remove the headlight, guys. You heard me. That headlight is staying on, and my game plan is just to lay the vinyl, tuck it in between as best as I can, pray like hell that it attaches. Anywho, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the removal of the F-150 badge. We have the antenna and the antenna base removed. We have the badge, the F-150 badge, removed. The plastic bit that was right up here has been removed, and the bumper trim in the front has also been taken out, guys. This fender is ready for wrap. Real quick, I wanted to go over the removal for the badge and the antenna. For the badge, you will need to lift your hood up and have access to this little crevice in here. Once you have the hood open, you want to go ahead and heat up this entire area with your heat gun, or leave your vehicle out on a sunny day to let it bake in the sun. That will loosen up the adhesive, and with that you can run your fishing line or floss, which is what I used, as much as you can. Now you won't get too far because you do have these two tabs on either end. They're push tabs. These two push tabs are going to get in the way of your string, but that's okay because all you need to do is reach your arm in here, and you'll be able to reach those push tabs yourself and use those pry bars as leverage to help you out, and you'll have that thing out in no time. So the removal of the antenna is a bit trickier than the badge. You will need a ratcheting 1/4 inch wrench. If you use a regular one, guys, it's going to be tough going back and forth. Trust me, just buy the ratcheting one, makes life easier. Now if I go in and pull out the antenna base, it'll be right here. Those are the two bolts that I was referring to that you have to remove using the ratcheting wrench. Now it's held in onto the bracket, so once it is loosened, guys, you don't have to worry about it falling off or whatever. It'll still be in place. You actually have to manually pick it up and move it. You don't want it to fall inside because then you are going to actually have to remove the fender liner and actually reach in and grab it and do all this extra work. So just be careful with it when you have it out. Other than that, guys, the fender is ready for wrap. I'm going to go ahead and give it one last clean, and then we're going to roll out the F-150 to the sunlight, and we're going to go to town. In case you missed it, guys, the driver's side fender has already been vinyl wrapped, so you can already see how all this is going to play out. But look at this, guys. What are we building? An LAPD unit or something? Rolling in the black and white? Not sure what's going on here, guys, but I think I like it. So we are right now looking for an area where we could just chill out and film and fly our drones. Basically a secluded place where we don't bug anybody else. And just cruising around, guys, till we find it. We're just laid back for the ride. Well, we eventually found a pretty secluded spot. It's actually a road that goes to the landfill, but the landfill is closed and their gate is way over yonder. So this entire stretch of road is practically ours. No one's gonna come in because it's way past the hours of operation. Look at this guy. This guy just parked his car in the middle of the street. Now, I will not lie, the car looks fantastic. Oh, you ruined the shot. And there we have it. The F-150 is rocking the black and white. So far, I mean, it's been rocking the black and white this whole time, but now it's really doing it. What a great place to fly the drone, huh? Yo, send it! Too much now. Relax. Hands up, pretty boy. Ah! Alright guys, we are here at our first stop. If you look behind me, it is an abandoned prison. As you can tell, it's pretty abandoned.
County hold many tales of cruelty and abuse.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's always good to know. There's no way in hell your car is gonna be able to go through that.
No.
Unless you want to do it for the tube. Do it for the tube. So we spent a little bit of time Googling, and right behind me is the Lorton Reformatory, which, believe it or not, guys, was established in 1910. So this thing is pretty new, and it was originally made for non-violent offenders. Not quite sure what the entire backstory is. However, there are tales of cruelty going on behind those gates, so. Dude, all the windows are like broken out.
They were
Oh yeah, they were like walking around through here.
I just wanted to check what was in there. They went through here.
I mean, this thing has a really eerie feeling to it. I don't know if I want to go through that.
Yeah, it might have ticks and all this other stuff.
But yeah,
That thing's huge.
that is a PA speaker, and that is pretty massive.
I know, right? I guess it has to echo so it can hear like.
Yeah, I bet you that's the only one. Gee, look at that.
Holy crap! Bye. Let me in.
Let me in. Let me in.
Well, dude, you're gonna get killed real quick. Looks like a nice place.
Damn, that window's like busted out right there.
I would not mind chilling through in here. I know I ain't the only one that does this.